My fiancé told me I had to choose between him or my disabled brother attending our wedding. That was the sentence that cracked my world in half. But before I tell you what I said back, let me rewind. I'm 27, engaged for 6 months, and until last week, I thought I was living a fairy tale. My fiancé, Daniel, is charming, ambitious, and the kind of man who makes waitresses blush just by smiling. We'd been planning the wedding of my dreams for months. Venue booked, dress picked, invitations already sent. But there was one non-negotiable for me. My older brother, Liam. He's 33, uses a wheelchair after a car accident years ago, and he raised me when we lost our parents in high school. Liam wasn't just invited. He was my rock, my father figure, my best man rolled into one. And then Daniel dropped the ultimatum. It started small. We were going over the seating chart, and Daniel casually said, "Are you sure Liam will be comfortable at the ceremony? You know, with the aisle and the steps?" I brushed it off. Of course. I already spoke with the venue. They're installing a ramp. Silence. Then Daniel muttered, "Maybe it's better if he doesn't come. It'll just draw attention." I blinked. Sure, I'd misheard. What do you mean, draw attention? Daniel sighed like I was being dense. Come on, you know how people are. They'll focus on your brother instead of us. And honestly, it makes me uncomfortable. I want our wedding to feel elegant, not like a charity event. My stomach dropped. You're embarrassed? Of Liam? He rubbed his temples. Don't make it sound cruel. I just don't want whispers. People feeling sorry for him. It's our big day, not his. I stared at him in disbelief. This was the man I thought I'd spend forever with. The man who kissed my forehead every night before bed, who held my hand through job stress and family drama. And yet, here he was, asking me to erase the one person who'd saved me from drowning after our parents died. Because here's the thing. When I was 16 and Liam was barely 22, he gave up college to raise me. He worked nights at a gas station, mornings at a warehouse, just to keep food on the table. He never complained. Not once. He just smiled and said, "As long as you're okay, I'm okay." And now my fiancé wanted me to leave him out of the happiest day of my life? I tried reasoning. Daniel, Liam is my family. He'll roll himself into the back row quietly if that's what you want, but he has to be there. Daniel's face hardened. Then maybe I don't. Because it's either him or me. That's when I realized it wasn't about the wedding at all. It was about shame. My fiancé was ashamed of the man who raised me, ashamed of the scars, the chair, the reminder that life isn't perfect. The next night, I went to Liam's apartment. He greeted me with his usual grin, Xbox controller in hand, and asked what was wrong. I couldn't even speak at first. I just collapsed onto his couch. He wheeled closer, patting my shoulder. "Kiddo, whatever it is, you'll get through it." Through tears, I told him everything. Daniel's words, the ultimatum, the way he looked at Liam like a burden instead of the hero he actually was. Liam was quiet for a long time. Then he whispered, "If you love him, don't throw it away for me. I've held you back enough already." That broke me even more. The man who'd sacrificed his future for me was apologizing for existing. I went home that night with my decision already made. The next morning, Daniel found me sitting at the kitchen table with my ring on the counter. "You're choosing him?" he asked, disbelief dripping from every word. "No," I said, standing. "I'm choosing me, and I wouldn't be me without Liam." Daniel stammered something about regret, about how I'd never find someone who loved me like he did, but I was already walking out the door. Now, the invitations are still out there. The dress is still hanging in my closet, but the wedding, that's gone. The man I thought I knew, also gone. What remains is this: a brother who gave me everything, and a decision that half the people I tell think was too harsh. Was I wrong to walk away from the man I loved because he couldn't accept my disabled brother, or was that the only choice I ever really had? Because one thing's for sure, if someone asks you to cut out the very person who made you who you are, do they really love you at all?